So you are live. Okay. All right. We are live. Okay. All right. What's good, YouTube? I am back with another one. Want to go over some I want to go over some chart setups today. Okay, I'm live. All right, bet. All right. Okay, let's see what I want to go over Micron. Let's go over Micron, what I'm seeing on Micron. MU. All right, so on the daily, I'm seeing a fill two down on the daily. And it's interesting because the semis are definitely getting sold off pretty good, but they're coming to some levels where they can definitely bounce. And it's interesting. So I want to go over that. I'm on my iPad making sure my stuff looks good. Okay. All right. Leave a comment if y'all want to let me know that y'all can hear the audio good, because I'm about to start going over these the levels and like what I'm seeing potential for this week. Let's see what the week close look like. So we had a two down, and there was a gap that they trying to come fill right here at 778. So this thing is a big mover, man, on MU. Let's see. Okay, so we got a nice little downtrend. Y'all can see right here. Nice little downtrend. Okay. And then we got some support. We got a gap right here we need to fill. I think they're gonna try to come down here sometime this week, potentially. If they negate the fill two down, or no, matter of fact, I'll tell you, let's start this over and let's go ahead and go to AMD. AMD is the one I'm looking at that I think that can go up this week. So let's go over that first. Instead of Micron, let's go over AMD. All right, so we got a fill two down, meaning price action failed, and they closed green on the daily. So if I take out this right here, yeah, take out the Strat Assistant. If we break above this next week, we're going lower. Now, if they negate this on the daily, where can I see them coming down to? So we have a gap right here, daily fair value gap. And this is a level 2 right here that I think if things get super bearish to start the week, they can definitely come down a little lower. Support right here. Yeah, they already broke this line. Let's go ahead and extend right. Style. Extend right. So they already broke that. So confirmation, we like to see with those trend line breaks, we need to see 2 candles break below this. And then what they can do, since this is a fail two down, they can come back up here to resistance right here and come back to this line. So they can, boom, break above this, come back down to resistance, and then come back down. That's what I think is very, very possible. Well, we're going to see, because semis, they under a lot of pressure. This was a nice little, yeah, this was a channel, and they broke out of it. So if they decide to get past this PDL, this previous day low, then they can come down here to this low right here and try to bounce, and then try to come down here later on in the week. That's just if the market decides to get really bearish. All right, so let's go ahead and do the strat. I'm gonna show y'all exactly how I break down my charts. We're gonna need a calculator. So AMD, we got to close. Let's bring in the ATR. Okay. All right, we got to close at 495.76. And then we got an ATR of 37.71. And what you want to do is to get these levels, because we're about to calculate the average true range. So we got 495.76. Then we're on plus 37.71. And that gives us an ATR target of 533. Coordinates, go to coordinates, type in 533, 47 cents. So they can get as high as 533 tomorrow. If they decide to go lower, let's do the math for that. 495.76 subtract 37.71 equals 458. All right, so 458, 5 cents. All right, so this is what can possibly happen tomorrow on the strat. So we have a fail two down, so a call entry right here is at 505 and 42 cents. So I'll set an alert for that tomorrow. And then we're looking to take out the next high, which is right here. So price target daily, 518. And then this is actually a gap too right here. The bottom of a fair value gap, and this is the top of a fair value gap. But I try not to I try not to target anything past the ATR of the average true range to the upside. Set my alerts for tomorrow. Okay, let's go down to the 4 hour. Okay, so we got a 4 hour gap close up here. And so we have, let's turn on the strat. We got a fail two up. So if price decides to get bearish tomorrow, this is a put entry on a 4 hour time frame. Put entry 4 hour. 491.98 cents. And then you would target the next low, which is, and that's all the way down there, pretty close to the ATR. This is what I do every day for my little setups. I forgot to label that. All right, let's go down to the hour. Okay, so we got a 2 up on the hour. Yeah, so this technically, like if I wanted to chart this, I don't have to. But this is another put entry right here because this is just a regular 2 up. And so put entry on the 1 hour. And then you would target this low of this candle. Let's clone that. The next low. So each low of each candle. And then we already got this low right here. So yeah. Set the alerts just in case. And those are my targets for the week. And let's go on the daily. I want to see these broadening formations. This right here is a nice one. I'm trying to see where I will put this other one. I might bring this up to that one because we got support right here. Yeah, so this is a broadening. This is a nice broadening formation. Let's go with this. Hit resistance, support, resistance, and now I still just kind of stand in this range right here. But I wouldn't be surprised if they come down here and then bounce. And then they can do that too. The market is known to do crazy stuff like that. All right, let's take these off. Let's look at the weekly. The weekly is a 3 candle. It's outside week. So now this is what you got to be aware of going forward. It's going to be a tough range because on a weekly, I'm going to delete all of this. I just wanted to show you how I actually chart this. So I'll rechart this tomorrow because I just want to show you guys what I'm seeing going forward. I want to have clean charts. Okay, so this is outside week. 3 candles are so tough. And we had 3, 1, 2, 3, 3 candles, meaning that each candle is bigger than the last candle. So this yellow candle right here kind of played us a little bit because it broke to the upside and the downside. But once it broke below this 1 candle on the weekly, it's definitely came down to try to attempt to take out this low right here. So now this is your top range, your right here, and your bottom range. So it should get busy outside of this, but hopefully it doesn't have inside week. We'll see if they're going to have like a 2 down or go ahead and break above this, but this is going to be a tough range. This is what I wish I would have seen if I was really paying attention to it, just being transparent. We had a filter down on the weekly. This is the monthly. I'm sorry. That was the month. This is the month chart. This was the week. I'm going to the month. So right here, back in March 2026, this move right here is a filter down, and I didn't catch it, unfortunately. So like we have a filter down on the daily, and I'm gonna show you like this is what this did on the monthly. So when it broke above this, you could have got calls. And I'm gonna edit this and put monthly, put call entry monthly. And this was your low. It never took out the low. Notice it never took out the low. Once it broke above here, it was gone. You had a nice little bull flag right here. Boom, boom. This is beautiful. You got to check those bigger time frames right here. Up, down, bull flag, out of there, gone like a rocket ship. So this was 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 months before it broke out of there. 6 months. So you had a few things. You had a fail two down right here, and then you had a fail two down right here. These fail two downs are areas right here. This is my fail two down. That's one, and this is one. Now, pay close attention. This is the low. When I zoom in, they never took out the lows. Now, when I turn off the Strat Assistant, look at this. At one point, this candle was red on a month, and it pushed up, closed green. Same thing right here. This is the low right here. Fell two down, fell two down. In a Strat, that's what we call a fell two down. All right. This was, oh man, this was nice. Nice little broadening formation on a 1 month time frame. Boom. Support, resistance, found some support out of there. Some good stuff. Let's go back to the weekly. That's the fill two downs on the monthly right here. I'm gonna go down to the weekly time frame. Turn back on the Strat Assistant because this is what I trade with when I'm live in the market. Right here. This was a fill two down. As you can see, this is beautiful support. This was a nice little broadening formation. And it actually hit. Man, this is what we do, back testing. Didn't quite get up there. Boom, got up there, got above this line, support, out of there. Yeah. Okay. Yes, sir. Can we hear you? We can hear you. Okay, audio is good. Can you put a screenshot of this in the Discord? Okay. Which part? Which part? I'm just now seeing y'all comments for the first time. I'm just seeing y'all comments for the first time. Let me get out of this and see if I can see y'all stream over here. I got my iPad over here, so I can kind of see y'all stuff on my left side, but I'm on my desktop. But this is the weekly, and so I want so if y'all don't know my favorite setups, y'all. My favorite setups is the fill two downs. All right, I trade the Strat. That's my main setup. I got other things I know. I know EMAs. I know gaps. I know head and shoulders. I know bear flags. I know bull flags. I know a lot of different things. I've been trading seriously since the beginning of 2021 January. I started really technically in 2020, like mid 2020. Towards the end of that, I was just doing like my research and my due diligence in the market, and then I started to take it very serious. I made a commitment to the stock market in January 2021. I was like, I'm not ever stopping, no matter how long it takes me. And so when I came across the Strat, it was technically like, I think it's been like a year and a half, no, 2 years, I think. I got to go back and find when I first found out about the Strat. But yeah, so once I start digging into it, because when I first heard about it, I didn't take it that serious because I knew other things. And then I was just like, let me take it serious. And I started doing a deep dive in it. And I just started to get a great understanding of the market. And shout out to Rob Smith. He created it. And it took me to a whole nother level. But yeah, so this is the weekly. And I just want to go over like my favorite setup. So broad informations are a part of the Strat. So I want to show you guys right here this setup. This was a call entry right here on the weekly. You could have got calls right here as soon as it's alerted, and you could have bought a month out and you would have made a lot of money. I just wasn't playing AMD. I actually got a crazy story about this AMD position, and it really burns my skin because I was trying this back when it was at $120, and I seen this move coming, and I sounded crazy at the time. Me and a couple of people that I know personally that's in the stock market and that does very well for themselves. And we were sitting down charting this, and we were finding targets. And this was like last year. And I was calling out these targets. I did not think that they were going to boom like this. I think, no, this was 2 years ago. I'm sorry. This was 2 years ago, about a year and a half, 2 years ago. But it was around the time when I first got introduced to the Strat. I didn't really quite understand the Strat at first, because if I did, I would have knew to play it. I would not have hesitated. And technically, they were at lows that they were going to bounce. It's kind of like Oracle's doing the same thing right now. Like Oracle's getting smacked, and at some point they're going to run again. They're just going to do it. You know what I mean? So, anyways, this is my favorite setup right here. I don't want to keep going off on too far of a tangent, but this would be my entry because when I turn off this strat indicator, this candle's green. All right. So the strat indicator is they're gonna number it and highlight it. So all the twos are gonna be numbered in red. They're gonna be colored in red, and then all the threes are gonna be colored in purple, and all the ones are gonna be colored in yellow. And so ones are inside candle, meaning that it was smaller than the last candle that was before it. Okay, meaning it could not break the high or the low of the previous candles, only based off the last two candles. So like these two candles right here, this is a two down because this candle right here broke the low of this last previous candle. So this is a fail two down. And the reason why I said fail two down, because at one point when it broke below this right here, when it broke below this candle, it broke below it and then pushed up and then closed green. All right. So now when I turn on the indicator, it's going to be red. But if you pay close attention, it is green on the outside of it. It's like a green bar on the outside of it. Because you got a regular two down and then you have a failed two down. All right. Regular two downs are still good too, depending on how the candle looks. Because you can get a pin bar, and if it break above that pin bar and it closes red, that thing can still fly. All right. So the entry is right here at 218, and the low was down here. Notice it does not take out the low. So if you'd have bought 2 months out, 3 months out, let's color this red. All right. We didn't take out the low. Fell two down, enter right here, 218. And then this is the week. So let's see how many weeks that it's been bullish. Oh, what year was this? Oh, March 2026. March. So you really got to move from 218 all the way. The high was at 584. It makes me sick just looking at this chart. It makes me sick just looking at this chart. I mean, that is ridiculous. Let me do the math on this. I'm going to draw out the top. Boom. The top is at 584. So 584 and an entry. So subtract 218. That's a $366 move for March. Sheesh. It's tough. And this is another broadening formation. Let me show you this right there. Yes, this is one too. So I know this might sound crazy. This is why we backtest. I know this sounds crazy, but if this decides to ever be bearish, it's possible that it can come all the way back down here. I don't know what. I'm not saying that it will. Nothing is 100% in the market, but just hear me out. Support. It's holding support. I don't know. Now, with these broadening formations, they can start new ones, meaning like, let me delete this. Let me delete this one, and let's do this one. This can definitely be the start of a new one. Yeah, that can be the start of a new one. So, because sometimes these stocks won't come down for a long time. So this can be it right here, and this can start a new one. You know what I mean? It can do this and then do some craziness and come back down like that. So it's like, think of like a megaphone pattern, right? Think of like a Pac-Man's mouth, right? Yeah, I'm a rechart it. I'm gonna rechart it for y'all. Give me a second. I'm gonna rechart it for you on the potential plays. Okay, I'm gonna rechart it for you. Don't worry, I got you. I'm just back to. I'm just going over different time frames. I just want to show you if you would have seen certain things, you would have been able to catch the move. This is a nice one too. I like this as a broadening formation. Just trying to show y'all this is the part of the strat. So this is a nice one too. Boom. I like this one on a weekly. I don't mind this. I I can see this too. I can see that too. You just want to build a case. You want to build a case, right? That was on a weekly. Now let's see. Let's go to the 3-month. Let's go to the 3-month. Now let's go to the 6-month because I don't see my favorite setup. Now this is where, like, don't ever feel like you cannot check bigger time frames. Each candle represents 6 months. All right. Each candle represents 6 months. This was January 2025. Again, I want to let y'all know I did not know the strat is good back then. But good God, look at this. This is when I was looking at it way back when. This was at $147 and a low. I remember charting this back when it was at $75. I remember this. Whew. This could have been life-changing. I know a couple of people that their lives literally was changed. So you have to do the work and do this stuff on your downtime. This would have been 6 months. Fell 2 down on a 6 month. Boom. Yeah, this was great. And if you draw this right here, this was a nice support right there. They were holding that support. Nice little channel. Resistance, support, resistance, support, resistance. Now this is what they can do. Now, what I believe they will do eventually. Now, I did draw their broadening formation to come back down. I think they're going to come down here and find this line of support at some point. At some point. So this is 6 month though. This is 6 month chart, so this is a long time. But you got all of this. This is how I know, like, this is a lot of buyers right here. This is a big gap, y'all. This is a huge gap. Right here. All this is a big gap. Anything in here is going to be bought up. I mean, it has a great chance to just be bought up like crazy. But that's going out way too far, 6 months. But I'm just want to paint the picture. Let's go back to the daily. So somebody in the chat wanted me to redraw the potential level. So let's go down to the daily. Let's zoom back in. Let's check the 2-day chart. Okay, we got to filter down on the 2-day too. So this is an entry for the 2-day, and this is an entry for the 1 day. So I want to draw that too. Let's do it. Let's do it again. So we got 495. We got a daily close on 495. I wrote it on a piece of paper a while ago. 495 and 76 cents. And then we're going to plus the ATR, which gives us the top range. It gives us the top range. All right. So we get 533.47. Now for my back testing, when I see a filter down on the daily, it has like a 75 to 80% hit rate. Nothing is guaranteed, but I think they're going to try to bounce AMD. Now, unless the whole semiconductor, the chip sector get really sold off, it's going to be really tough. Okay, it's going to be tough. So this is right here. They can come up here. They can do this within a day if they want. It's the potential to hit this if they get really bullish. But I would just try to target this next high right here, which is at 518 once they break above this. So let's get the bottom number, 495.76. 495.76. Subtract 337.71. So it can fall as low as this. If they negate this, if they take out this daily green candle, let me tell you something. It's going to be very, very, very bearish. Has a great chance to be super bearish. All right. I don't like to talk into absolutes in the market. Okay, the stock market can do whatever it wants. They can put out a random tweet. There can be a black swan event. Nothing is guaranteed. All right, but what you want to do is be able to go back and see as many patterns as much as possible. So here go your call entry on a daily, which is at 5:05, right? And then you want to try to take out the next candle high, which is right here on the daily. Price target daily. Okay. Then now, because you got a 2 down, right? So this is a TP right here, first TP, second TP. And let's go to the 4 hour. 4 hour, we have a fill 2 up on the 4 hour. Okay. We failed to keep that candle green on the 4 hour. So this is a put entry on the 4 hour. So if they trigger this, they can potentially come down here and take out this candle low, which is kind of hard because that's a big 3 candle on the 4 hours. It's going to be hard to do that. But anything's possible, right? Price target 4 hour, PT 4 hour. All right. On an hour, we have a 2 up, a failed 2 up, actually. Oh, so if they break below this candle right here on the hour, this can get interesting. Put entry 1 hour, and then you take out the next lows. You target the next lows. If your inputs, let's clone that, clone, boom, the next low. So these will be your targets if AMD decides to get bearish. If they decide to get bullish, they trigger 505. It has the potential to come take out this next target high at 518, which is a nice little move. That's a $13 move. And then you have gaps right here on the hour. So you have a fair value gap right here. This is the first part of the fair value gap on the hour. And this is the gap close right here on the 1 hour, right there, boom. So these would be targets along the way. First TP, second TP, third TP, fourth TP. That's exactly how I would do it. And then on the 2-day, we have a filter down on the 2-day. So this is an entry right here on the 2-day. Well, it's already at the same spot as the daily, so you don't have to do that. So that's nice to see. And I had drew something earlier, those trend lines that I really liked. Where was that? This was a support. I think it was this one. Okay. Yep, it was this one. This was what that's where it was right there. All right. So support, resistance, support, higher high, higher low, higher high, higher low, lower high. Ooh, I don't know. It broke this support line. Boom. I can see them coming back here. And then now this can be the start of another higher low, the start of a downtrend. This is resistance. If they come back and or do a retracement, that's what they like to do a lot of times. They'll break it and they'll come back, confirm that it's a resistance, and then they can come down even further. It can come down even further. So if it starts to do this and create another, if it breaks this low right here, create a lower low, this can be, yeah, this can come down here to try to fill this gap right here. It's a gap right there. And then they can start it back over and then go higher. So it can go a lot of ways, right? Okay, so let me delete this so y'all can get a screenshot of the potential setup for tomorrow. So here you go. Let me keep this right here. Make sure you take a screenshot. Take a screenshot of this. Get a screenshot. All right. Let me see what the ES is doing. Let's go down to the 15-minute. What is the ES futures doing? It's been open for a few hours now. Let's see. My computer's taking a little while to load up. Give it a second. All right. Let's see what I see right here. 15-minute time frame. Let's go to the 1 hour. Okay, we got support right here. Okay, so this is a level. Boom. This is on the 1 hour. This dates all the way back to June. Support, support, support. We got to hold this level. If we break below this level right here, if we break below this, it shows resistance. We have the potential to come back and test this low right here. This is the next major low, next major support right here. Let's go to the 4 hour. So these are my levels. Boom. So pivot low, pivot low, pivot low, pivot low, pivot low. Now it's right back here. So what we're going to do? Great question. Great question. So if we break this support, we have to hold 74 or 77. We have to hold this, or we're going to come back inside of this box right here. So if we break below this, we can bounce back up. They can play in this as long as they want. And then they could come down here if they want. All right. Work their way back. And then break above this high. This is a strong resistance right here. This top part. Let's connect this line. That's why we haven't broke. Resistance fell, resistance fell, resistance fell, resistance fell. So we're still stuck in this box right here. This is why the market's been tough. And you have to take your profits when you're up. You can't get caught holding the bag. This in our group in SPX Blueprint, we make sure that we take profits along the way because we're playing in such a tight range. And if you look at it, let's delete all of this. Let's go to the daily. If you look at it, it's the next major support right here. We have not tested none of this right here. This is a level. This is a low. And will this be a low right here? So these are all good levels right here. Another thing I like to do, take the field, draw from this high to the low. Matter of fact, let's delete all this over here. I like to do my from the recent high and low, and then the 1618. The question has been, are we going to come up here and hit this 2.0? This is a potential, y'all. It can do it technically. So if we break down, if we break down, it's because you got this angle right here. This is a low. We're starting to show cracks. This is a level right here. All right. So if we break down, this is a head and shoulders. Shoulder, head, shoulder. Yeah, this is, if they break below this right here, this is a level. If they break below this thing can get real crazy. Because this is where I can't wait for the market to come back to 7,000. I ain't gonna lie. Anywhere in this little box, this little area, I'm getting. This is going to be a level of support, though. They probably going to bounce it really hard right here. Right here. They can do this. Keep going. Because let's go back. Let's go back. See what we can line up. Support. Woof. Look at this. Man, resistance, 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 support, resistance, support. Got above it. And this is, this is definitely in a range. When this breaks, I expect this channel to get filled up at some point. This is going to be some nice buying right here because our group, we are going to be going crazy. Yeah, and hey, look, they can. They can get to 8,000. I got a price target of us going to 8,000. This thing can go parabolic, man. This is what I love about the market. Like, you got to have, I got some ways I ain't even showed. I got some stuff in my bag I have not even showed that we can get there. And I got targets getting up there. I got a target right now. I haven't even put it up. I got a target. I got a target higher than 8,000 actually. But I'm gonna reveal that for another day. I want y'all to come back. I can't give it all to you in one setting because I'm about to start going live more on YouTube. I got one right now on a weekly that's showing me that we got to get above 8,000. I got a target above 8,000. Now the timing of it, I don't know. Who knows that? Because when we come and hit this support line, trust and believe, I'm going to be buying. When there's blood in the streets, it's time to eat. Trust me, I'm going to be ready. I will be ready. Lives will be changed. In my group, in SPX Blueprint, we're going to be, it's going to be crazy. People are going to make a lot of money because we got something special over here. Let me show you. Let me give you an example. I don't want to just talk. I'm gonna give you an example on a weekly. So let me turn on my Strat Assistant. Now let me show you at these levels. Let me show you two. I didn't know the Strat at this time. I know now. Let's delete that. Let's show you just on the weekly. The failed 2 downs on the weekly. I want to show out. All right. This is the failed 2 down. Right here at support. Sorry, let's get that right there. And another one. So easy to see. Here's another one. Fell 2 down. Here's another one. I'm just pointing out the weekly. 2018 December. March 2020, this is COVID. This was the money area. Oh, the world is over. This is what they were saying. We're in trouble. Bought up. Fell 2 down, bought up. Let me show you what your entries could have been if you learn the Strat. Your entry could have been just like this when it broke above this. Here go the low. I marked the low white. They never took out the lows. Haven't been back there. The market was here 6 years ago, $2,100. $2,100. Okay, let's keep going. I didn't even draw the broad information on it. Let me show out a little bit. Let me show you the broad information right here. right here. Out of there. Out of there. I digress. But anyways, you could have had a call entry right here, 2,600. The low was right here. They never took out the low. Let's go to the next one. Call entry right here. Fell 2 down. Call entry weekly. Could have got in at 55.33. The low was right here. Never was taken out. 4,800. They never took out the low. When I turn out the strat, that candle's green. Look at that big red green candle. This is when the current president got in office right here. He got in the Liberation Day. Boom. Crashed the market. Came down here, hit this support line. How do we know it's support? Because you have this right here as a support line. Boom. Let me turn this one. Let's turn this one blue. Look at that. That's how we knew to buy. I came down here, support, 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 resistance, support, resistance. Can it come back down here, support? Who knows? Who knows? But we'll be seeing. I'll be looking out for them fail 2 ups on them different time frames. We actually got a fail 2 up on the monthly. We still haven't broke above that. We haven't broke above it on the monthly. We haven't triggered it. You still have to trigger it. You have to wait. Okay. So let's turn that back on. So this is support. Boom. Call entry right here. See, I'm teaching my people over here how to fish for themselves. That's my goal. You come into my group, you learn something. Stay as long as you need to. But eventually, I want to help get you ready to see these on a bigger time frame. You can buy leaps on these bigger time frames. You see what I'm saying? Never took out the low. Look at the white line. Never took out the low. This was the call entry. Broke above it, took off. Broke above this call entry, took off. Never took out the low. Broke above the call entry, never took out the low. Out of there. Same thing right here. Broke above the call entry, took off. How do you know the market was going to crash? Well, you had this drawn on a weekly support line. They broke below it. Broke below it, came down, resistance hit the line, boom. Came back up here, resistance fell. So this line right here, if I delete it, if I scroll out, this blue line, they're going to be playing along this line. Look at that. Look at that blue line. They've been playing with this blue line ever since. Now, this will be another support in the future. This will be another support. This blue line right here, look at this. At some point, they're going to come down and they go. I'm telling you, I've seen it too many times. If they break below this line, they can bounce off of it, break below it, show as resistance, and they come down and hit the other channel right here. This is another blue line I got in the future. They probably gonna test this in the future. They can get back above it. They can do all kind of stuff. But yeah, man, I just want to go live and show y'all some back testing and charting. So I'm gonna get up out of here. Yeah, I just want to just kind of run through that and just kind of show you how I back test, how I practice. Yeah, if y'all looking to join the group, SPX Blueprint, $75 a month. And man, we love to have y'all over there. We'd love to have y'all over there. But be expecting more live streams, especially on Mondays. I'm about to start streaming live on Mondays on YouTube, maybe every other week. I haven't decided. I still got to build. I'm still in the building phase, but I love the group that I have over there. I got like 66 members right now, and we are getting better. We're getting better. It's only been 3 months, and we are definitely getting busy over there. So click the link in the bio if y'all want to join. I'll see y'all on the next trade, and definitely hoping to have a great week with the group. We definitely gonna be charting. We'll be ready. But I'll see y'all on the next, man. I'm in the stream. It's your boy D'Angelo Payne, man, and I'm out, man. Peace.